Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be diving into the world of data science expertise.
Oh, always exciting.
And you've given us a really fascinating case study with this one,
Okay.
Raja Ayyannar's resume.
All right, yeah. Let's break it down. It's like we're about to uncover like all the secrets behind like a successful data science career.
Yeah.
Right? Each line on this resume, it's like a story, and we're here to decode it.
I love that. Okay, so I'm already just glancing at this. I'm kind of blown away. I
Yeah.
mean, talk about a highlight reel. This is
Yeah.
when when you get a resume like this, what's the first thing that you tend to zero in on?
I always go straight to the experience section. It's like uh with Raja, like I'm immediately struck by how he presents those projects. It's not just like a laundry list of every task he's ever done. It's like boom, 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 achievements, impact.
Totally. He doesn't just say, "Oh, I developed a chatbot." He says, "Led the development of a private LLM chatbot for secure documents." Like, he's clearly thinking about the impact and the relevance of his work.
Exactly, exactly. See, that's a key takeaway right there. Like a successful data scientist, they don't just understand algorithms in a vacuum, right? They understand how those algorithms solve real problems, real world problems.
It's like the difference between knowing the ingredients and actually baking a cake. You know what I mean?
Oh, I like that analogy. Okay, but before we dig into like the delicious details of these projects, let's rewind a little bit, right? Back to the beginning.
Yeah.
His education. He's got an M.Tech in machine learning and intelligent systems from Ramaya University, Bangalore.
Which, I mean, pretty standard for a data scientist, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I mean, it's a solid foundation, no doubt. But, Ramaya University, they're known for their really, like, hardcore technical programs, especially being in a tech hub like Bangalore.
Right.
So this tells me he wasn't messing around. He didn't just dip his toes in the data science pool. He dove in head first, like serious academic rigor.
I love that visual. And then right off the bat, I mean, he's listing publications, even a patent.
Oh, yes.
That's not something you see every day.
No, not at all. Having publications, especially in a respected, venue like IE, that shows he's not just, consuming knowledge, he's contributing to the field.
Wow.
Like his work on causal relation classification, using CMNs, grammar tags, I mean, that's the kind of innovation that pushes the boundaries of what AI can even do.
So we're not dealing with just a coder here. We're dealing with someone who is already at this early stage in his career, pushing the envelope with AI research.
Mhm.
This is fascinating.
Absolutely.
Okay, so then we move to the work experience, and this is where it gets, I think, even more interesting.
Okay.
Because his first role is as a software developer at Zoho Corporation.
Right.
And it's like, now wait a minute, that seems like a little bit of a curveball.
Yeah.
Why would he include this on a data science resume?
Because this is where you build those fundamental software engineering muscles, right? Think of it like, laying the foundation for a skyscraper.
Okay.
It might not sound glamorous, but, working with systems like Active Directory, Microsoft Exchange, mastering languages like PowerShell and Java, it might not scream data science, but those skills, they're pure gold when it comes to actually building and deploying AI solutions in the real world and making sure that they work seamlessly with everything else.
So it's like he's got this secret weapon in his back pocket.
Totally.
It's his deep understanding of the entire tech ecosystem, not just this one little piece of it.
Exactly. Exactly. He's not just a data scientist, he's a versatile technologist.
I like that.
Someone who can,
Right.
navigate the complexities of real software development.
Yeah. And that adaptability, I'm sure, came in handy when he moved on to Relicura Technologies as a machine learning researcher.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now we're stepping into the world of deep learning models, CNNs, RNNs, all the buzzwords we associate with, really modern AI.
And he wasn't just using these tools, he was building them from the ground up.
Wow.
That's where you really see his passion for AI shining through.
And he dives headfirst into NLP projects,
Yes.
text classifications, sentiment analysis, all incredibly relevant to the AI landscape today.
And let's not gloss over the work with the transformer models
Yeah.
like BERT and REBERT. I mean, these are the building blocks of the most sophisticated language models that we have today.
Yeah.
And he was working with this stuff before it was, the hot new thing.
Wow. So he's not just keeping up with the trends, he's ahead of the curve.
Exactly. This is someone who's constantly learning, evolving, pushing the boundaries, figuring out what's next.
And that brings us to his current role at Agile Technologies as lead data scientist.
Right, right.
Which just seems like, again, this very natural progression for him,
Yeah.
from researcher to leader.
Absolutely, absolutely. He's mastered those fundamentals. He's honed his skills building AI tools, and now he's guiding teams, leading projects.
And his resume mentions delivering comprehensive data science solutions. What does that even mean in practice?
It means seeing the big picture, right? It's not
Mhm.
enough to just like build a model in isolation, right? You got to understand the business problem that you're trying to solve. You got to manage that whole data pipeline, make sure that it can be deployed smoothly, communicate clearly with all the stakeholders. It
Right.
takes a lot, and it sounds like Raj has got it.
So he's gone from individual contributor to, like, he's conducting the entire data science symphony now.
I like that. I like that. And that brings us to his projects at Hash Agile.
Okay.
Each one is like a fascinating little glimpse into the real world applications of all this expertise.
And that's where we'll pick up after a quick break. Welcome back. Before the break, we were really getting into the career arc of Raja Ayyanar.
Oh yeah, it's impressive stuff.
And, we saw him go from this really, like, solid academic foundation to doing some, like, really cutting-edge AI research,
Absolutely.
all while building those, like, really crucial software engineering skills.
Yeah, that foundation is so important.
And now we get to, like, the really, I think, exciting part,
Let's do it.
which is diving into the specific projects
Yeah,
that really showcase, like, his expertise in action.
absolutely. Because these aren't just, bullet points on a resume. These are stories, these are like little narratives that reveal like how he approaches problems, how he, makes things happen in the real world.
And the one that really caught my eye, I gotta say, is this private LLM chatbot for secure documents project.
Oh, yeah, good one.
I mean, the name itself, it's like ripped from the headlines, right? Especially
Yeah.
with all the concerns about data privacy these days.
Huge, yeah.
So talk about this a little bit.
Well, it highlights this crucial challenge we're facing, right? Like
Mm.
we've got these incredibly powerful large language models,
Right.
but how do you balance that power with, the need to protect sensitive information?
Yeah, I can see where you wouldn't want, like, your confidential data just ending up as part of, like, some AI training data set, right?
Exactly. Exactly. And that's where Raja's expertise comes in. He led the development of this chatbot that can actually interact with those secure documents while ensuring that, the data privacy is maintained.
Okay.
Think about like healthcare, finance, right?
Right.
Where confidentiality is everything.
Cool.
This is like having your cake and eating it too, right?
Yeah.
You get the AI assistance,
Right.
but you don't have to compromise on security.
Okay, so we've got secure AI.
Yeah.
But now we're moving on to something that sounds, honestly, like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie.
Okay.
Knowledge graph for natural language understanding.
Yeah.
I mean, even I need a little help unpacking this one.
Right. So imagine like this vast network of interconnected ideas, right? Like a web of knowledge, basically.
Yeah.
That's essentially what a knowledge graph is.
Right.
It's about teaching machines to understand like the relationships between words and concepts, not just like individual words in isolation.
Okay, so give me, like, a real-world example here.
Okay, sure.
How does this apply to something like, say, patent documents?
Okay, perfect example. You've got, let's say, a mountain of patent documents, right?
Right.
Each one filled with like this dense technical language.
Yeah, not exactly light reading.
No, not at all. So Raja builds this knowledge graph, right? Specifically designed to understand these patent documents. It maps out all the entities, the inventors, the inventions, the companies, and it connects them all with these relationships like, invented by, owned by sites.
So instead of just seeing, like, a wall of text,
Exactly.
the machine starts to, like, actually understand the connections, the nuances.
So it's like the machine is reading between the lines, right?
That's incredible.
Yeah. And you know what? He actually did it. He took this massive data set, 100 million patent documents,
Wow.
and turned it into this powerful research tool. So now, instead of like relying on these simple keyword searches, you could ask these really complex questions like, show me all the patents related to, this specific technology that were filed by inventors who previously worked at, this company over here.
It's like finding a needle in a haystack.
Exactly. Light years ahead of like traditional patent searching.
So we've got secure AI.
Yeah.
We've got knowledge graphs.
Right.
What else does Raja have up his sleeve?
Okay, how about this? Creation of taxonomy with technology hierarchy.
Okay. I'm listening.
Now, I know it might not sound as like flashy as LLMs or knowledge graphs,
Right.
but this project It really speaks volumes about his ability to, like, bring order to chaos,
Okay.
especially when you're dealing with, massive data sets.
Which he seems to, like, really love a challenge, so.
He does. He does. So think about it like this, right? Imagine you have this giant toy box
Okay.
filled with every toy you can possibly imagine.
I like it.
Creating a taxonomy is like sorting those toys into these neat categories and subcategories.
Right, so you can actually find what you're looking for.
Exactly. Except in Raja's case, he wasn't sorting toys. He was sorting through 100 million patent documents.
100 million again. This is like his magic number.
I know, right? So how do you even start? Well, machine learning, of course. He used his algorithm skills to automate this whole process of categorizing and organizing this mountain of information.
So it's like he gave his company a superpower.
Yes.
The ability to like find exactly what they need in this like sea of information.
And that's not an exaggeration at all. A well-designed taxonomy. It is crucial for any organization that's dealing with these large volumes of data.
Makes sense.
Because it enables efficient searching, analysis, decision-making, the whole 9 yards.
Okay, so we've got secure AI, we've got knowledge graphs, we've got like large-scale data organization.
We're on a roll.
His work seems to touch on like so many critical aspects of data science.
He does, it's true.
And speaking of which, this final project that's listed on his resume takes us into the world of document processing.
Oh, yeah. A little less glamorous, but oh, so important.
So tell me, like, what problems he solving this time?
Okay, so this one was all about template matching with OCR and NLP techniques.
Okay.
A bit of a mouthful, I know. But the gist is, he was extracting valuable information from those messy, real-world documents.
Okay, so not just your neatly formatted spreadsheet.
No, we're talking invoices, contracts, research papers, you name it, anything and everything.
What makes those so tricky?
Well, think about the variety.
Okay.
Different layouts, different fonts, tables, maybe even handwritten notes.
Right.
Sometimes you're not even dealing with, like, a digital document.
Right.
You've got a scanned copy.
Right, which is where OCR comes in.
And exactly. Optical character recognition.
It's like magic, turning those images of text into actual editable text.
It seems like magic, but it's got its limitations.
It does.
But Raja, he combined OCR with these really sophisticated NLP techniques to not only extract the text, but to make sense of it. Right? He developed a system for identifying the templates and then automatically extracting the relevant information.
So instead of like someone having to manually go through a mountain of invoices, highlighting like the key data points.
Exactly.
His system could just, do it all automatically?
Pretty much.
Wow.
Imagine the time saved, the reduction in errors.
That's a game changer for efficiency.
Absolutely. It frees up those human employees to focus on, more strategic, higher level tasks.
Okay, I'm sold.
Good.
So to recap, we've got the secure AI chatbot,
Check.
the knowledge graph for patent analysis, large-scale taxonomy creation, and now this template matching system for document processing.
That's the one.
Each one showcasing like a different facet of Raj's expertise.
It's true. It's a diverse portfolio.
And each one highlighting like this key takeaway for really anyone in the field of data science.
Which is
that it's not just about like the algorithms or the code. It's about understanding how to apply those tools.
Yes.
To actually solve those real-world problems.
Because that's what it's all about, right?
It's like you said earlier, it's the difference between knowing the ingredients and baking the cake.
I'm glad you remember that.
Speaking of which, I think we've had like a really good taste of what Raja Ayyanar is capable of.
We've gotten to know him, haven't we?
We really have.
Through his work.
So as we kind of like step back and look at his career trajectory as a whole.
Yeah.
What are some of the like overarching themes that emerge for you? What are we learning about Raja like beyond the bullet points on his resume?
What really fascinates me is it's that ability to combine this deep, and I mean deep, technical expertise with this very clear vision for practical applications, right? He's not just, chasing after the latest AI trends. He's identifying those real problems.
Yes.
And he's using his skills to build solutions.
Wow.
And he's doing it all while, like, pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI.
So it's almost like he's got like one foot firmly planted in the world of like cutting edge research.
Yes.
And the other foot firmly planted in the real world understanding those challenges.
It's bridging the gap, right, between the theoretical and the actual, like, boots on the ground stuff.
Which I imagine is a pretty rare combination.
It's incredible.
And a valuable one.
Oh, without a doubt.
Because he's not just, like, building algorithms. He's building tools that can, like, genuinely make a difference.
He's building the future one project at a time.
And on that note, we'll be right back after this quick break. It's like he's not just building a career in data science, right? He's like helping to shape the field itself.
Yeah.
Steering it in a direction that's both like innovative but also like responsible,
It's a great way to put it. He's not just riding the wave. He's out there like charting the course. You know what I mean?
Totally. And that's what makes this deep dive so fascinating, right? We're getting this glimpse into the mindset of someone who's at the forefront of this whole like technological revolution.
Absolutely.
And for our listener who brought us this resume, right?
Yep.
What would you say is like the biggest takeaway? If someone's out there, they're listening and they're thinking, man, I want to build a career like this.
Yeah.
What lessons can they glean from Raja Ayyanar's journey?
I'd say like this deep dive, it really reveals the blueprint, It's not enough to just have those technical skills, although obviously those are essential, right?
You can't bake a cake without knowing how to use an oven.
Exactly. But beyond that, it's about cultivating that problem-solving mindset.
Okay.
It's about like understanding how to apply that knowledge to those real-world situations, seeing that bigger picture beyond just the lines of code.
So it's about being more than just a data scientist. It's about being a problem solver, an innovator.
An innovator, yeah, a bit of a visionary.
Visionary, I love that.
Yeah, because that's what shines through in Raja's resume,
Yeah.
That drive to make a real impact. Use your skills to build something meaningful.
It's inspiring, honestly. It reminds us that, like, data science, it's not just about algorithms. It's not just about these data sets. It's about using those tools to make the world a better place, a more efficient place, a more secure place.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, there you have it. A deep dive into the very impressive career of Raja Ayyanar.
It's been a journey.
From software development to, like, the cutting edge of AI. We've uncovered the skills, the experiences, and I think most importantly, the mindset.
The mindset.
That have really propelled him to the forefront of this field.
It's been a pleasure joining you, as always.
And to our listeners, keep those resumes coming. You never know whose career path we might unpack next. Until then, keep exploring, keep learning, and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.